Welcome to Utah's Fly Corner. Today I'm going to show you the Tide RS2. A little variation on the materials, but same basic, great, effective pattern. I'll show you how to tie it. You do a gray one because I find that gray is the most effective color. I'll start the hook and the vise using a Dotch size 20 1100, using uni 8/0 black. Run my thread back to the barb. The tail fibers I'm going to use on this are actually Coq de Leon. It's like 3 fibers. Catch them on. Run a thread wrap underneath. One on top. And bring your wrap. Tie these guys down. And snip them off. And bring your thread back down. It gives you a nice splayed tail. You can do 3, 2, it don't matter, fish can't count. Now the W I'm going to actually use gray superfine. The original pattern calls for beaver. You can dub beaver pretty tight, but you can dub, I find I can dub superfine even tighter. Just got to use very small portions, and if your fingers are sweaty at all, you won't be able to get it nearly as tight. You just want to make sure you use pieces that are... The trick with superfine is the way you know that your piece is small enough that you don't have too much is if you let it go and it just floats, it seems to defy gravity, then it's gonna then that's going to dub real tight, that proportion. Sorry, my hands are a little rough. Having rough hands is certainly a slight disadvantage. Dubbing likes to stick to them. We're going to run that up. Start it on. We're going to wrap it forward. Don't worry if your body's a little lumpy bumpy. Fish aren't going to care. Press it a little bit more. Bring that body up further. Just a wee bit further. Perfect. Okay, now the wing clump, I'm going to be using Coq de Leon marabou kind of fiber. It's basically if you buy a Coq de Leon saddle, you flip it over on the back side, you'll find a good share of these marabou feathers. They're fantastic. You can pinch the tip and you can make a small little bugger tail with the gray. And it's got a very nice molting to it. You can use this stuff, it'll actually make your fly float, just in the same way CDC does. Of course, treat it with a little bit of floating so that it doesn't absorb water. But I'm going to get these light gray ones out of the way. And grab myself a fair clump and strip that off. And then I like to just get the stuff wet. Rim Chung also, the creator of the RS2, also suggests that you get the fibers wet. Makes anytime you use any kind of marabou fibers, it's just 10 times easier if you get them wet to deal with them. This marabou certainly seems to have a mind of its own. It goes anywhere with any sort of air current whatsoever. I'll just catch that in, a couple of wraps on it, and a couple of wraps in front on the bare shank. Now I trimmed that out because I'm doing a little bit of a sparser wing on this one. You can just fold it back and then tie it, and that'll give you a nice thick wing if you're going for that style, which certainly catches fish that way. But we're going to go with a sparse wing. Now we're going to go with the dubbing again. I just want a tiny bit. Get my hands off a little bit. Not too much. Get it out of there. Go hit my hands with the lava bar here, I think. A little rough from work yesterday. That dubbin's sticking all over me. My wing, just gonna stand it up, kind of get it out of the way. Wrap behind it, a couple of wraps, and wrap in front of it, a couple of wraps. Take a look, see how she's looking. She looks pretty good. Just gonna go right into the whip. Just a nice black head. That's it. I'm just gonna trim the wing. That's basically the RS2. Slight variation with the materials, as I said. It's got three tails on it instead of two. Can time true to code. Don't be afraid to throw in a little bit of variations with material with them. Give them a try. Like I said, gray is definitely a very effective one. Color combo. You can tie them with sparkle wings. I have some here. This one was tied with a little bit of a darker dubbing, and it's got a sparkle wing. But it's a very effective fly pattern. Highly recommend you twist them up and fill your box up with them. You can fish them just below the film. You can put a little split shot on and fish them down in. You can dead drift them. I don't really know of any way that you can fish this fly wrong, or any kind of water that you can fish it wrong in. It seems to be effective in all water types, but particularly effective in riffles, where baity species like to live. But it's a deadly fly, 110%, and it's very simple design, yet extremely effective. But that's Rimchung's RS2. Of course, tied a little bit different, but the same. Not really tied different. Let me correct that. It's using some different material. That's all. But it's the RS2. And Johnny Utah. Check me out at my blog, www.utahsflycorner.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.